reflections, ghosts in the crowd. So come burn down my escape. I wanna feel it. Come drag me into the void. Let my circuits decay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. You never will.
Welcome back to the show. Today, more Rennsport. This is audio so quiet. So quiet. All right. So how's everybody doing this morning? Welcome, Oil Slick. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let's get into some Rennsport here. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Just because I'm probably going to skip the first race, do some chatty Cathy stuff, because there are some things I want to chat about. I'll get to that in just a second. I don't know what Rennsport's doing right now. It's super tiny on my screen. Looks like we're playing Micro Machines variant of Rennsport today. I mean, I did just install new NVIDIA drivers, so that's probably what it is. But I don't know why that would reset the my resolution here. Bump that up where it's supposed to be to 4K. Back. There we go. That's better. All right. For the sake of making sure the game runs smoothly, which I'm sure it would, I'm just going to quit and come back in. Play it safe. Don't tell me it just launched again in a tiny state. I wonder if it's because I'm not using it I'm using it in windowed mode. It should go back to full screen, but for some reason it's resetting. Look at this. Look at this. Go windowed full screen. Let's try that. Start there. This is how I had it set before. But the problem is, I guess it actually does work the same. Alright. Alright. Do that one more time. How to boot up Rennsport Simulator. Alrighty, so we learned yesterday. Unfortunately, the Mustang in this game... Oh, sorry, not yesterday. Monday? No, Wednesday. Wednesday, sorry. We learned that the GT3 is just not it. We learned the GT3 is just not it. Luckily, I'm sticking LMDHs again. So let's see. The first race coming up is... This one's running. So the first race is... Oh, God. We're starting with the Nordschleife. All right. I guess I'll sign myself up for that one. Let me get the right car. Bimma. The Bim Dub. You know, let's go fancy. Let's go real fancy, too, while we're at it. Guess I can't change it from here, huh? Oh, change livery. There we go. There we go. Let's use the one I purchased. Where is it? Look at that. Look at that thing. Interactive. Look at that. If that's not Call of Duty, I don't know what is. Hey, whatever. It cost me 100 Ren, whatever that is. So, that's what we're going with. Alright. Morning, Fway. Morning, Fway. Don't be doing those skins. I know. But, like, you have to... Here's what you have to understand about my, like, personality. When someone tells me to, like, not do something, I am now going to do it. I am the most petty, spiteful human being when it comes to, like, the little things like that. Second someone says don't go do something, I'm immediately going to go do it, and I'm going to show them I did it. You know? No disrespect. But, yeah, Rennsport has definitely... Like, we can actually go look quick here. We got some time. We got 23 minutes, so... Let's go look at the car selection. Garage, here we go. Alright, car collection. So that's a livery. Let's see. I don't know if that's a livery. I have every livery. There's not a lot, honestly. I got all the liveries after they reduced the overall cost of the liveries because they were not well received. I don't blame anybody for that. They were way too expensive. Now they're like, okay, they're peanuts. I do believe this Porsche is also one. That's the Rennsport logo. So if the livery's here, that's the actual car. That's their livery. I don't mind that one. That one's pretty cool. It's got like almost like a green-black metallic look to it. It's pretty cool. It's called Hybrid Silver, but, you know, I don't know what the other color is. It's a very greenish metallic with black in it, but I like it. Obviously, there's this one, which is interactive, as you can see. Then the standard Porsche. I believe the Audi... Oh, that's the GT4. No, it doesn't have one. A lot of the GT3s do. Like the Mustang, for example. You have the original Mustang one, which everybody knows this color. And then you've got the one that I have. I like this one better, for sure. This one is definitely more, this is the car. But, yeah. Yeah. That's got GT500 written all over it. Oh, yeah, there's this one here, the Mission R car. That's the actual livery. Then another interactive one. I don't really like this one. Just happens to be applied. Hypnosis. Anyway. I'm waiting for more people to get in here because I do have a few things I want to talk about for things I'll say briefly for the few of you that are here. I am going to be bringing back my podcast. It's a racing pod. It was originally a motorcycle-specific podcast. Various guests, stuff like that. But I'm going to be bringing it back, dialing in more, and it's going to be all walks of life when it comes to racing. So sim racing, motorcycle racing, car racing, boat racing, jet ski racing, plane racing. If it's a race, it's eligible. So, anyway, I'll talk more about that once we have some guests. And I'm going to actually make a dedicated video on that. The first one will likely either be this coming Wednesday or the following Wednesday. I'm probably going to push it to the following Wednesday just to make sure I have my ducks in a row and I can get a little bit of hype behind it too. I do know who I'm going to have on as my first guest though. That's a buddy of mine who his motorcycle just broke the world record for mile per hour, which I want to say was like 200 and you just text him before I get I don't want to advertise him wrong. Let me see. Where are you at, though? It was, I have like 260 something in my head for some reason. But 260 something miles an hour in a half mile. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people understand truly how fast that is. But that's mental. 260 on the street, or I shouldn't say on the street, on the pavement, because it was at obviously a dedicated airstrip event. But 260 miles an hour on the ground by itself is mental. Let alone doing it in 2,640 feet, which is a half mile. So, anyway, he's gonna be my first guest on, and we're just gonna talk about all those things. So, anyway, I'll have a lot more information about the podcast, but it's going to be much broader this time around because obviously sim racing has become a big part of this channel, and sim racing is going to stay a big part of this channel. And obviously, everybody watching right now is watching for sim racing, not for any other kind of motorsport. So, the way I see it, first of all, I like doing the podcast. I love interviewing people. I've always been around the live format. So, for me, this is a fun way of sort of, especially when you're, because I'm passionate about racing. You know, it's not just sim racing. It's not just motorcycle racing. It's not just car racing or whatever. Racing in general is something that I've grown up with. Started with slot cars. You know, I'm familiar with slot car racing, but there's also RC, but I've never had the depths of the craziness that RC is now. But I've always been somewhat involved in some kind of racing. So the idea with the podcast is to sort of, I don't want to say collab, but have people in different demographics of racing get to listen to people in other demographics of racing and maybe learn some things and maybe even pick up a new hobby, you know? So, like I said, the first person I'm having on has zero sim racing experience, never done it in his life. However, broke a world record a couple months ago, which, respectfully to sim racers, is far more of an achievement. So that's one of those things where it's kind of cool to sort of cross the barriers of different forms of racing to be like, hey, what's this guy doing? What's this guy doing? You know, get someone in the sim racing world in here, you know, all sorts of things. I loved doing the podcast. I miss it. And the problem is when I was just doing the motorcycle stuff, it's hard to maintain a podcast with just one walk of information. So for me, the genre of motorcycles wasn't enough to maintain a weekly podcast. You know, maybe once a month, sure. But once a week, it goes stale. There's just only so much you can talk about. So many guests before they start to feel repetitive and like you're having the same conversation. Had the fly racing slot cars as a kid. Nice, nice. Don't plan on that, Oil Slick. I feel like the devs have been pretty, they're not doing their typical hype. And the devs have also specifically said they are no longer releasing patches going into a weekend because of what happened last time. So, realistically, I know they've been releasing on Fridays, and so everybody's kind of used to patterns, but moving forward, unless it's like a hot fix or something like that, you're not going to see big updates come in before the weekend because, again, what happened last time, they released an update on a Friday, and they broke the game console variant, and they had to work through the weekend, which is, they're supposed to be their off time, obviously, and fix the game for a Monday release, you know? So, they learned that lesson real quick, and that's technically, like, very recommended across all games. You never send out a big patch or a big update before the staff can go, or before the staff goes home for the weekend, you know? Ideally, you want to release patches on a Monday so you have a full working week to, like, you know, do damage control if there's damage to be done, you know? So yeah, I would not hold your breath on a patch today. That's all I'm saying. Would not hold your breath. Yeah, I don't know what's coming to Rennsport in the future. They do have their supposed patch coming where I think they were adding some like GT1s like the CLK. But honestly, I don't know. They've been pretty radio silent since their last patch, which if we look, let's see. Hold on. Where is it here? Right here. December 11th, 2025 was their last patch. So here's the thing. This is what they last said. We're going to read this. Let's get my face out of the way so it doesn't block it. Hey everyone, we're back with another patch. We've been on a cadence of one patch per week, kind of, since release. And as the winter holiday period is approaching, the team will be taking a much-needed break so that they can come back in January ready to bring more updates. During this time, we will continue to monitor and work on critical issues. Now, today's patch, and blah, 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 here's all that. That was on December 11th. So, understandable so, but we're going into February. That is 2 days from now. Will be February. So, like I said, I mean, they're not obligated, obviously, to do things. I'm just reading you what their own words are, you know? So. I need game-breaking updates and not small ones. I couldn't tell anything on the last one. Are you referring to PMR or on Rennsport? Rennsport, I believe 1.1.4 fixed the game for me from like in driving experience-wise. And it's been decent to drive in since. But I haven't noticed anything between 1.4 and 1.7. But, let's see. Uh, 50 test laps on Monza and LMDH, getting closer to something useful in small steps. Very nice, very nice. I mean, there's a lot. The last update, for me, first of all, the penalty system, you can't ignore that. That wildly changed from the last update. It got better. I don't care. I really, like, people want to pick and choose and argue about certain things. Yes, the penalty system is still flawed. It still needs work. It's going to need work after the next patch, and the next patch, and the next patch. It's like AI. It's ever evolving. But you can't deny that the penalty system got the penalty system and the way penalties were given out through track limits got substantially better than the previous patch. Yes, track limit and racing line and the way it gives out penalties still needs adjustment, but it is substantially better than it was. I think AI was nerfed. I think AI took a big step back in this past patch. I don't know if anybody was watching last night, but the best way to see if the AI, because the AI is scales, first place to last place, all that stuff. The guy who's in the number 1 spot in AI versus the guy who's in the last place spot, they're not going to have the same lap time. So you can't judge the AI by passing the back of the pack. So my best test for you to judge the AI in this game, at least from a speed standpoint, not like how they handle the crowd and stuff like that. That's different. 1v1 them. Set up a custom race on single player, max out the slider for 100%, and race the AI. If you can beat the AI fairly easily, then the AI is too easy. I did a quick Nordschleifer run last night in a car that I've never driven, and I was able to beat the AI relatively easily. So in my opinion, the AI is too slow now. But I think the AI was a lot better previously. I did see someone make a comment saying that I was the reason that the AI got slower this patch. Sure. I've never said the AI is too fast. I've always put out there how fast should the AI be, and I have been through and through the entire time saying the same thing about what the AI should be. It should be take the top 10 fastest guys on time trials in whatever car it is on whatever track it is. The average of those top 10 guys should be what 100% AI adapts to and runs off of. So if you can't run with the top 10, which, let's face it, the top 10, when a game has numbers, are very fast people. So that's what the AI should be compared to. That's just my opinion. Does that mean that's true? Or whatever happen? No, that's just what I think it should be. But I have at no point ever said the AI is too fast, they need to slow them down. That's just brain rot being spewed from people. I don't understand why. That's the whole tribalism thing I was talking about, where people just like pick a side and they just make shit up for the reasons why that person is wrong. And that's one of them. I've literally never said half the things I've been accused of. And I literally say everything on stream. Not that you would, but you can go back and watch every one of my streams. I say what I say. You know? I didn't say things. I don't delete my VODs. They all get posted. The only time I ever delete a live stream, the only one I've deleted so far was the one where I did the Forza Horizon 6 live stream type thing where they unveiled the gameplay. It was only like a 45-minute stream, and honestly, it was a garbage stream. It was boring. I was bored during it because the reveal was so boring. But anyway, that's the only one I've deleted. So anything I've ever said is etched in stone on my YouTube channel. Go back and look. Find me the clip where I said that. Maybe I did say it, or it was miscontextualized. But in my opinion, All I ever remember saying about the AI is it should scale to the top 10 fastest time trial people. That would be a great... That way the AI just always gets faster with the player base. Because obviously time trials are meant to be broken. All records are. So if time trials keep getting faster, 100% AI always gets faster. To me, that's one hell of a badass adaptive AI. But that is probably extremely hard to program. So if we're also, I deleted the live stream and said, let's have a chat. Someone's also spamming nonsense. So let me go find that one for you. Let's see. YouTube Studio. Live. Right here. We need to chat. Pause. Here you go, folks. You tell me right now if this is deleted or not. Project Motor Racing. We need to chat. Right here. All 6 hours of it. Never left YouTube. I'm telling you right now, people will say whatever they have to say to make someone sound like an asshole. Listen, I know I'm an asshole. You don't have to try and prove it to me. But I don't lie. I might be wrong. But see, here's the thing. I'm newer to the sim community, but not the community that I came from. So the community that I came from, this is one thing you will know about me. I am objectively an asshole. I do not like misinformation. So when misinformation is spammed, at least if it's in my bubble, I make sure to correct it. But besides that, I don't lie. I may be wrong, but if I'm saying something, I believe it. So I'm not lying. I will never say something that isn't true for the sake of saying it to sound smart. Anyway, the video's right there. There you go. If you guys want the link for it, I'll post that. There you go. Right here in chat. You guys let me know right now if this video... Where is it? Where's that? Right here. There we go. Oh. All right. Let me know right there if that video is live or not. Just saying. Part of me wants to skip this race too. I don't, but like, I'm kind of in a talking mood right now, you know? And I don't feel like racing ever. What's the next race, actually? What I just want to... Because I don't want to miss Daytona. I haven't had a good Daytona experience yet. We had a really good Nordschleifer race. Monza, I don't care too much about. But what's the next race? Next race is Daytona at 12:15. I think I'm going to back out of this current one and get into that one because I want to be on Daytona. And as of right now, there's only me and one other person scheduled for this race that starts in 1 minute. So for now, let's see, click rejoin and then withdraw. I'm going to register for the Daytona race because I do want to be in the Daytona race. I want to get a good Nordschleifer race in today too, but I don't want to start there, and I don't want to miss Daytona. Exactly, Monza's very boring. Did Monza earlier, someone was teleporting the entire... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, wouldn't say netcode, because everybody throws netcode around, and I feel like it's a very overused term, and there's more to it than just netcode. But Rennsport is not exempt from online issues. No game is. If you have a poor connection, it's going to translate in the game. Teleporting people have existed. Rubber banding has existed in multiplayer online interconnect since online multiplayer was created, you know? I had one video that I put up a short of where a guy not only teleported, he went to the phantom zone in front of me. Let me find that video. Oh, by the way, this is to go real quick to go back to AI in this game. Or not this game, sorry. In PMR. This right here. These are the same. Now, I'm not saying these people. But when people complain about the AI in this game, or in... Sorry, I keep saying this game because I'm currently on Rennsport. If people complain about the AI in PMR, just know that right here... Let me pause this music. This here are people. So, this is going to be a tough race. Oh, what the... I braked in a braking zone. And everybody literally crashed into me and drove through me. And just kept hitting me. Even wow, watch. Hit again. I haven't moved. Once I got completely crashed and wiped out, I just locked on the brakes and stayed there and waited for everything to pass. Now the race is over at this point. I'm not exactly trying to get back into it. All right. I guess we'll just go. So let's watch that one more time to start the wreck. This is going to be a tough... Essentially, we're coming into, you guys know, Mount Panorama or Bathurst. This here, now, it's more ideal to be on the right side here. But I'm on the inside, and there's a guy to my right. I am in front, so if this is me, this is him, right? And I have the inside. So I know I don't have enough to clear him and get in front of him, and then get on the brakes. So I just stay in my lane, have my line, and I get on the brakes a little bit harder, because I need to get on the brakes. And then I would assume it's that same car that hits me. And then he takes his line like this and just plows into me. And then everybody behind him just plows into both of us. And that's what happens here. Off race. Oh, what the... So yeah, when people complain about AI in this game, your average online player is far worse than the AI. And you can't program them to be better. So anyway, I got one more video I want to play too. Just got to find it. Forgot what it was that oh, that's right, it was Rennsport. Yeah, where is it? Oh, here we go. This was hysterical when it was happening. Absolutely hysterical. So let's talk about online interconnect way to bring you back into it here. This is one of my experiences in a ranked race on Rennsport. I ended up winning this race, by the way. Just that's what happens though when no one's playing. Though it's easier to win races. But anyway, one of the guys in front of me, he clearly loses access to the server. He does get kicked out. Now, if he got kicked or he just lost connection, but either way, after this happened, he checked out of the server. But the point is that this is what it looked like on my end when someone was losing connection to the server. Whoa! What is happening? And then they're thrown into the wild behind me. Someone got disconnected from the server. Like, I forgot how funny looking that was to see, but let's watch that one more time. Watch this dude in front of me. I swear, there is someone with powers that's just throwing him around. Whoa! What is happening? Oh my god. Someone got disconnected from the server. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. I forgot how funny that was. I was just witnessing. I'm like, what? What? Yeah. Good times. I'm telling you, man. Like, it's very easy to hate bugs and pick them apart, but you kind of have to take some of the seriousness out of it at times and appreciate the humor that comes with the bugs. Like, that was hysterical to me. You know, as much as the video I uploaded of me getting hit by people in my custom lobby, at no point was I mad about that. In the moment when I'm sitting here, people are just hitting me, I'm like, well, this at least makes a good video to play later, you know? But you gotta appreciate some of the problematic things that happen from time to time. Obviously, it can get annoying, for sure, but, you know. All right, so how long we got? Can I enter yet? Nope, I cannot. Session info. Let's get over here. GT3 Hypercar. We have 3-minute practice, which is okay. 7-minute qualifier, so you might get 2 laps. Maybe 3 if you're super efficient, but your first out lap's not going to count anyway. And then 20-minute race. I never care too much about especially in like a lot of newer games or older games that don't have much of a player base, or like ACC, for example, has a player base, but it's newer people. All the diehards have moved on to other sims. With this, I don't really care about qualifying because you already know turn one, 50% of the pack's going to kill each other. So for me, I prefer to stay reserved and just sit in the back of the pack and drive my race. What's going on, Dan? Welcome to the party. Why fuel usage is 0? I have no idea. I don't set any of this up. This is pre-set up. My guess is because it's considered amateur races, and I do believe that the rules, which you can't see here on screen, let me move that for you. So amateur, based off rating, I'm assuming that probably plays part of the decision making for what the rules are. Again, though, I don't choose any of this. They messaged me and said this is what they were going to do. I said, cool. They're like, what races do you want to do? I said, I want multi-class, GT3 and hybrids, and Daytona, Nordschleife, and Monza. I don't really like Monza, but it's a popular race. So that's kind of what my sort of thought process was on it. Onboard, PMR versus Rennsport, different games. Don't compare them. They'll each scratch a different itch. My recommendation is get them both, honestly. I know that kind of sucks to say because if you don't, no one wants to buy something they don't like. But at the same time, they're different kind of games. It's not going to be one or the other in terms of what you're looking for. At least not right now. Maybe as they both expand and grow and get bigger, they'll start crossing more lines together where, okay, maybe this is better for you in terms of this experience with this car on this track, blah, blah, blah. But as of right now, this game is only GT3 and hybrid. The driving experience is pretty much fundamentally easier in Rennsport. Whereas the driving in PMR is sort of all over the place in terms of like some cars feel far more realistic than others. Other cars feel gripless. So it's a mixed bag. The mixed bag. But I'll tell you, man, the amount of times I've been told I'm wrong about something when someone has no actual, like, experience with the thing I'm being told I'm wrong about drives me out of my mind, man. That's why I do my best to just let it bounce off. Yeah, all right, fine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You're right. Oh, man. I gotta say this, though, folks. In the amount of time that I have been streaming sim racing, I've learned a very different side of sim racing, because I've always been a casual. I've never taken it too serious because it's meant to be fun. But maybe that's because I come from racing, doing my own thing. So maybe I have less motivation to be good at, say, sim racing or take it seriously. But I'm just learning that sim racing is diehard. Like, it's diehard. I don't know what the percentage of sim racers are diehards versus casuals versus just kind of figuring things out. But man, the most vocal people are the diehards, and they just unsolicited opinion you to death. But either way, I don't really care. I'm here to have fun, and people saying words is never going to detract me from doing what I want to do, you know, and it shouldn't for you either. And like I tell people all the time, if your favorite game that you have the most amount of fun in, people tell you, oh, that's an arcade game, to try and discredit it, just ignore them. Just have fun and play the game. At the end of the day, none of you need anybody's approval for anything in your life. Maybe family members inside of reason and rationale, but when it comes to video games and what you like, nobody can tell you better than you what you like. So just play what you're going to play and enjoy what you're going to enjoy. There are people out there that have taken PMR so personally that they, like, if they see people having fun playing it, they want to tear that person down. First of all, those people need to get a life. That is, sorry, you do. Like, I don't like to use the phrase "go touch grass" often, but at the same time, if you're that person, you need to go outside. You need to take a deep breath. You need to look around. Realize that's the real world, and this is some digital space where everything is fake, no matter how real you pretend it is. So, chill. Breathe. This is EJR Preach Simulator 2026. Welcome to the show. PMR has career, custom lobbies, and more cars, but it's really up to what you want. I'd buy them all. Both are good games. Exactly. Wait. I mean, let's look at my Steam library quick. This is just what I have installed. I have other ones. I have iRacing. I have spent more money on iRacing by itself. And I have spent almost no time in this game, and yet it's taken most of my money in sim racing. Do you think, folks? I do. That is my ultimate recommendation. Obviously, console players have a much smaller selection. But if you have the money, I recommend buying sims. Because they always seem to be ever evolving. So even if, like, the amount of... So, for example, AMS2 is one of my favorite sims. Regardless of how real or not it is, I don't care. It's one of my favorites. And the first time I played it, I refunded it. And then I came back to it a couple months later and tried again. I gave it a better shake. Now it's one of my favorites. I'm fully invested in AC Evo. I don't enjoy it right now. Between content, bugs, and the overall racing experience, I just think there's more fun to have everywhere else. Or any other places, I should say. But I'm 100% along for the ride. I'm going to try the game out every time an update comes out to see if maybe that's the update that will keep me playing it. But if it's not, then I just put it aside and wait again. You know? I 100% have all the confidence in Kunos that at some point, I'm going to want to play AC Evo continuously. You know? But still alternate sims. Because I don't ever just play one game and only one game forever. I've never done that. The closest time in my life I ever came to grinding a multiplayer game to get good at it, and it was all I played, was PUBG. And that was in like 2017 to 2018. And realistically, haven't done it since. Because in hindsight, I wish I didn't do it then. But PUBG is a much more rewarding game for getting good at it. Especially with sniping. But anyway, that's besides the point. You're focusing mainly on Rennsport, and you really hope it does well with the upcoming February DLC? Me too. I hope they all do good. Which is why I don't understand trying to drag games down. I want PMR to be good. I want Rennsport to be good. I want AC Evo to be good. I want AMS2 to continue to get supported. I want Race Room to continue to get supported. And I even want iRacing to do well. They just need to fix their damn tires. But I'm in this hobby for everybody. I'm not against anyone. I don't wish any person, streamer, I shouldn't say streamer, any form of content creation, be it reviews, playing video games, I don't wish any ill will on any of them. I wish them all a bunch of success. I wish every developer success. Because I hope all their work environments are good, because I want them to be passionate about their products. Because passion leads to success. Like, what's the speech? Let me see if I can find it. That Sven, what's his name, gave. Let's see. Speech. All right, let's watch this quick. I want to watch this quick. This is the speech given by the CEO of, I forgot who made Baldur's Gate. His name. Sven Vink is his name. He's the CEO. I don't remember what the hell the name of the developer was. I could look it up in 2 seconds, but... yeah. Some of you guys might know better than me. But anyway, listen to this speech. Not only did Baldur's Gate 3, this was 2024, I believe. Not the most recent one, but the previous one. No, sorry. 2023. No. See, I don't know. It was one of the recent ones. Cut me some slack, Jack. But anyway, This here is his speech. And this is the thing is that this rings true for if you are running a company. Listen to what he says.
I realize you guys have been sitting here for over 3 hours, but I still have some time credits from last year to cash in. So it turns out that not only will I be the one who will know as first which game wins tonight, but I actually also know which game is going to win next year, the year after, and the year after. Now, how do I know this? Well, an oracle told me. She said, change is coming. It's a modern oracle, so they made me sign an NDA, but I trust all of you. I know you can keep a secret. You will never leak it. The oracle told me that the Game of the Year 2025 was going to be made by a studio who found the formula to make it up here on stage. It's stupidly simple, but somehow it keeps on getting lost. Studio made their game because they wanted to make a game that they wanted to play themselves. They created it because it hadn't been created before. They didn't make it to increase market share. They didn't make it to serve as a brand. They didn't have to meet arbitrary sales targets or fear being laid off if they didn't meet those targets. And furthermore, the people in charge forbade them from cramming the game with anything whose only purpose was to increase revenue and didn't serve the game design. They didn't treat their developers like numbers on a spreadsheet. They didn't treat their players as users to exploit. And they didn't make decisions they knew were short-sighted and function of a bonus or politics. They knew that if you put the game...
Now, people in the audience, by the way, are developers and they're players. And noticed when everybody clapped. They don't treat their developer or their employees like numbers on a spreadsheet. Listen to that again. Most played part right here.
Only purpose was to increase revenue and didn't serve the game design.
Listen to what he says then when they clap.
Like numbers on a spreadsheet. They didn't treat their players as users to exploit. And they didn't make decisions they knew were short-sighted and function of a bonus or politics. They knew that if you put the game and the team first, the revenue will follow. They were driven by idealism and wanted players to have fun. And they realized that if the developers didn't have fun, nobody was going to have any fun. They understood the value of respect, that if they treated their developers and players well, those same developers and players would forgive them when things didn't go as planned. But above all, they cared about their game because they loved games. It's really that simple, said the oracle. Winning Game of the Year.
Anyway, then he announces Game of the Year. So, Game of the Year awards, for those of you who don't watch them, the previous winner of Game of the Year announces that year's Game of the Year winner. So I believe this was the 2025 one. I believe it happens beginning of the year. I could be wrong on that. Might be end of the year. I don't remember. Either way, he's announcing the new one, which I believe at this point was Astrobot one this year, the one he announces. But anyway, so the point of me showing you that was the devs are the ones always getting punched from all sides, and they're the only ones that lead to a good game. I shouldn't say the only ones that lead to a good game, but they're the ones who create the game. They're the ones that have the passion. You need to treat them well, both from the management side of things and the customer side of things, because they're the ones making the games. They're the ones that take the grievances you have with the games and translate them to code, which translates them to fixing your grievances. The CEO, the publishers, they need to treat the developers good. Again, you need to be motivated to come to work and work on your product. So if the developers get treated like shit by management, I'm speaking generally here, by the way, get treated like shit by management, and that hurts the game. Then the game comes out, and then they get treated by shit like shit from the consumers. So now there's zero morale on release, and now there's negative morale trying to repair the game. And meanwhile, layoffs, all that stuff ensue. So the point of his speech there is essentially put the people making the game first, from both a management standpoint and a consumer standpoint. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them as much as they need. If they say, hey, we need more time, give them the time. If they say, hey, we need more money, give them the money. If you want your game to be successful, whatever the developers want, you give them. That's my rant. That's my rant. Anyway, that speech has been sort of like Game of the Year revered because he's the CEO of his company and they won Game of the Year. And everybody, it wasn't an unwarranted Game of the Year. Like sometimes people don't like what wins Game of the Year. Everybody unanimously agreed Baldur's Gate 3 was winning Game of the Year. And because it earned it unanimously across the board. Casuals, diehards, you name it, they all wanted that to win. And it won. And essentially, his game plan was he's joking about an oracle. He's basically saying what he did to win, but he's pretending he's being coy. He's saying, "Oh, an oracle told me that the person who wins next year is going to do this." And it's just you make your team happy. You put the developers first. And that's it. Anyway. Sorry I'm new to Rennsport. What are the costs? Just a one-time cost and then DLC cost? I think the one-time cost factors in the DLC. I could be wrong on that. I've only paid once. I have the deluxe version, by the way. So that probably includes the DLC. I honestly, half the time, when it comes to certain games, I don't even look at what's in the... I just go, well, more content, more money. Okay, I'm going to buy the content whether I buy it now or later. So, I usually just go right to the big packs. Now, obviously, for certain games, I know better, like anything Call of Duty, you buy the base game. And even then, I can make an argument, don't buy the base game. And yes, consumers need to provide productive feedback. Everything else is useless. I agree. So we got a little over 6 minutes before this Daytona race starts. Let's see if how many people are in it, for one thing. It should actually allow me to get in now because I forgot about that. I haven't actually signed up yet. Right here. Register. We registered. Let's get in my Glowy McGlowmeister hybrid. Oh, yeah, we're getting in the glowy car. Screw it. I don't even care. Roast me. Verstappen, goat. Max Pastapen. Pastapen. I don't even know how to say that. That's a hard word. Pasta pen. Pastapen. Max Pastapen. Verstappen, goat. Sheesh. I'm screwed. They're in hybrids. Max Pastapappin. Vidya games. How do you spell Gucci? Not a problem, Kicked. Not a problem. Guy teleporting this morning was from Germany, too. Name was Shoemaker. Or Schumacher. Michael Dunlop. Oh, boy. All right, we got 3 minutes left. I'm going to prep myself a G Fuel and a bathroom break. So I'll be right back. See you in the race, Fway. That's all I'm saying. Wow. Wow, you're leaving me hanging out to dry. Dan the Man, are you referring to a Rennsport or are you referring to PMR? Because I actually haven't played Rennsport much on stream. I mean, it really comes down to this. Like, I know everybody is in a hurry all the time when it comes to, like, sim development. But, you know, yes, like, the only thing that's going to make a game like PMR fail, for example, is them running out of money because they couldn't get money to continue to pay the employees to finish the game. But if the game goes radio silent for a year, let's look at the hypothetical of PMR here. This hypothetical, I mean. Let's just say the game goes radio silent for a full rolling year. Then out of nowhere, they drop a bombshell of an update that they've been working on for an entire year, and the game's a rock star. And it's the greatest experience anyone's ever had. You think people are gonna go, nah, I'm jaded? No. People are Me Tooers. Someone will play it and like it, that they like, and they'll go, I'll give it a shot, and it will snowball effect relatively quickly. Now, am I saying I want that to happen? Of course not. But I'm simply saying, if the greatest racing experience is PMR in a year's time, people are going to play PMR. That's just the way the world works. No one's going to shy away from the best possible experience out of spite for $100. Just saying. Yeah, Rennsport. Rennsport is solid. Again, it just lacks content. Whoa! It also lacks good drivers, like myself. Let me loose, Goose! We've been streaming for an hour and 10 minutes, and this is my first time getting in a car. Doing a lot of talking today. You need to shut up. Me, I need to shut up. You guys need to keep talking. Yeah, I'm driving a default car right now. I've done nothing to it, except remove the steering wheel. I'm driving with a adjustable wrench in my car right now. When an LMDH feels good, it feels good. I really like, because the problem is I don't know what these cars feel like in real life, and I'm very confident no one does, except for the people who actually race them religiously. And I don't think any of those people are in the ears of anybody sort of making them. You know, there's collective information that everybody has that people use as like a baseline, but outside of that baseline, I really don't think people know what these cars drive like. And the problem is everybody wants to be right all the time about what a car drives like. They don't ever want to be wrong. So it's hard to get the car. The bottom line is this car accurate? I don't know. It's got tons of grip. I feel like it's probably got too much grip. But at the same time, do I care when I drive it? No, because I'm having fun. I have a lot of fun driving the Vision cars in Gran Turismo 7 too. Fun fact. And they're a pure work of fiction. Pure work of fiction. Alright, let's see how slow I am in this game. I'm very slow in this game, by the way. I'm pretty much slow in every sim, but this game I'm really slow in because you can really like drive the cars aggressively, and a lot of other sims you can't. So jumping all over the place, it's really hard for me to get in a game like this and drive cars to the limit because it's so hard to go past the limit, so I underdrive them, thinking I'm driving them correctly. And I'm really just driving like a slog. I don't know what a slog is, but that's how I'm driving. A lot of the times, too, I know I'm braking way too early in this because you can. Or you can brake late. Like, really late. And I know that's hurting me, so... Woo! I thought I was going to lose that one trying to push it. Looks like I'm going to qualify third to last based off of the map I'm seeing that you guys can't... Well, you guys can see a little bit of it. But, like, I just got drugged by some people, so... I am slow on that exit right there. Looking at the map, they got some time on me right there. So that turn I'm weak on. I just got to brake later, I think, for everything. Terrible. That was terrible. All right. We're qualied. Let's see what we come in here. As of right now, it looks like maybe third. Yeah, third of 5 as of right now. Yeah, I'm very slow in Rennsport because I underdrive based off of other sim experiences. So... Yeah, no, you don't have to change anything in this game for the car driving. You just have to practice pushing the cars. Really finding the limit in Rennsport is relatively difficult because check out these cameras, by the way. I know I just completely changed. Special. The special cams are so cool in this. Like, every other sim needs to take a page out of Rennsport spectating. Helicam. Drone. We're gonna watch drone. I like drone. Watch drone cam. Oh, he just went back to the pits. Son of a... Alright, let's watch this guy. I still want a fixed car option for PMR. Yeah. I'm sorry, Rennsport spectating is phenomenal. Like, it really is. You have free roam too. I just watch whatever I want. It's so good. I gotta give the credit where it's due, man. Rennsport put more time into spectating than they did their AI. It's so cool. So cool. Yeah, every sim on the planet, whatever your favorite sim is, spread it through the ethos. Take a page out of Rennsport's book. Their spectating is phenomenal. It's so cool. I don't want to be in this view, though. Why am I here? There we go. All right, clean race. Let's go. There's no point in... There's got to be a secret to launch in these cars, because that wasn't it. Just go. You... Oh, what the... Alright, so we got someone like that in the lobby. Someone like that in the lobby. You saw that, right? That guy was going the wrong way. Intentional. People are poison, man. I'm not going to repair my car. Honestly, like, yeah, it says it needs repairs, but it feels like it's driving fine. If I notice I'm way off the pace, like way off the pace, I'll bring it in, but I'm going to keep driving it. I want to pit this guy trying to come in hot, so I'll just let him go. I don't care about trying to be aggressive and pass this guy. I'll just wait for the straight. It is what it is, you know? Sloppy. Am I going to get penalized if I don't make a pit stop? Out of curiosity? Because I feel like I don't need one. The car's driving fine. Whoop. The fact that I can enter like that is wild. Which do I enjoy more, this or PMR? I mean, honestly, PMR, but not this. I overshot at that time. Not that there's anything wrong with this game. I just I like old cars. I like variety. You know. I don't dislike this by any means. If you're into ranked racing and you're into LMDH and GT3 cars, you'll probably like this game. I like it. I prefer the variety in the cars in PMR. I like old cars. My favorite car in PMR is the Mercury Cougar. But that doesn't mean I don't dislike, doesn't mean I dislike Rennsport. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be playing it right now. This isn't like a paid sponsorship or something like that. This is just one of those things where they allow people who, make content on Sims to participate in their own, creator series. My payment, if you would, is having my name on a lobby. That's about it. But in all honesty, if they had custom lobbies, that wouldn't be a thing anyway, so... But... yeah, no, I very much enjoy racing in this. It's fun. I'll say this, I have more fun in this than I do in iRacing. Mainly because of tire physics. This is obviously an overcorrection from a realism standpoint. This game definitely has more of a focus, though, on racing than it does the car. You don't got to worry about your tires. You don't got to worry about your brakes. You don't got to worry about stuff. You just get in the car and race, which I have an appreciation for, because you shouldn't. Not every sim should be doing the exact same thing. Like iRacing is essentially focus on driving your car and maintaining your car simulator. It's not really a race simulator, in my opinion. Obviously, there's racing in it. It's built around racing, and it's a simulator, so therefore it's a racing simulator. I get it. But I mean, there's so much more focus on maintaining the car than there is in a lot of other sims. And I think it's too much. The emphasis should always be on the race. And there are too many people, and there's too much of a sentiment in iRacing that in ranked play, just race safe. Which you should always race safe, but I'm saying the golden rule is not to place higher in iRacing. It's to just not cause an accident, because the cars are so temperamental in causing accidents. So if you're scared to push your car to win a race, it's not really racing, in my opinion. And I know that somewhere just pissed off someone who plays iRacing religiously, and, you know, sorry not sorry, but at the same time, like, yeah, that's the reality of the situation. Like, this game has no... This is, like I said, too far in the opposite direction, where all you're doing is racing and almost zero paying attention to the car itself. In my opinion, the perfect sim is a balance point somewhere between Rennsport and iRacing. Somewhere in the middle there, where they have you focusing on everything, but not too much on one thing. iRacing has you focusing way too much on your tires. This clearly doesn't have you focusing on your tires at all. It's got the telemetry for tires, but... Yep, they're there. But, like, I just got into a pretty good accident in lap 1, and it told me to pit. I ignored that, and the car is... I have second fastest lap with a broken car. So, clearly, I don't need to get my car fixed, because I'm sure as hell not the best driver in here. Sorry, I have the 4th best lap, but, like, we're in 1/10 of a second, so... Either way, my car is not... The broken damage on the car is not affecting my performance, because my performance sucks. Or I should say, I am the reason for the performance issues, not the car. I'll read chat a little more thoroughly when this race is over, because I'm probably going to skip Monza. The next race I'll do is Nordschleife. Oh, shit. That's my own fault. Fiddle fucking with my mouse. But outside of slowing me down, I don't even think that did anything to the car. Yep, this is the BMW. Nope. Damn it. All right. That's likely a bot. Repent these nuts. Thank you, sir. Getting on the throttle a little too early right there. Both laps. All right. Let's get back in here and see where we're at now. Official contests. So I think we got third place in that. Let's see. Yeah, so the next one is in 7 minutes in Monza. I'm gonna pass on that. I just don't like Monza. I put it up there for other people. I'm gonna get in on the Nordschleife race right here. Let me run to the bathroom quick, then I'll read some comments. Alrighty then. So that race is in 45 minutes. So we got some time to kill. What do we want to do 45 minutes? Let's see. I've just been reading about these. Drivers say that the grip feel in between open wheelers and GT cars, so immense grip and performance, but unforgiving. Got it. I mean, I would imagine, yeah, F1 car is the ultimate traction machine, so, you know. I think we can all objectively agree that they have less grip than an F1 car, because everything does, but more grip than a standard GT for sure. PMR does need to fix their servers. Hopefully the next update really makes some headway on that. You're an Xbox player and can't play iRacing. Yeah, iRacing is the thing about iRacing is you have to just play iRacing. You just have to get in the groove of getting used to iRacing. It's a full-time job, and it's something I don't have time for personally. Let me look into that on the Discord. Jump into PMR, compare back to back. Well, the problem is the LMDHs are terrible in PMR right now. I think the next patch though is gonna make them fairly decent. I don't know, but well, I think some headway will be made. See. So you said test 2? You'll have to pardon my ignorance, but I have no idea where to put this file. You want to message me directly, Eagles. right, so documents, my games, project motor racing, mods. And just drop it in the mods folder, the whole thing, test 2. Got it. Copy. Documents, my games, project motor racing, mods. Needs to stay zipped. I can't drop the... So I have to take the whole zip file you sent me and drop it in there rather than just test 2. Because right now I have the LMDH zip file that you sent me downloaded. Just drop that whole thing. Okay. Copy. All right, it's in. So now what? Just boot the game up and then load up the words. All right, let's I guess we'll get out of this for now. We'll jump back in here at 12:35 is the race, right? Let me just double check that before I don't want to miss it. Yep, 12:35. Oh, sorry, 1:35. So let's see. Set my alarm. 1:25. We'll do that to back out. Oh, we don't want AM though. We want PM. All right. 30 minutes from now, I got. Oh, that's right. I forgot it puts them in there separately. Good morning, ETR. Welcome to the party, pal. So test 2, you said, right? Run it on Monza, the way it is. Oh, not what I wanted. Even with the 32 pounds in them, or should I cycle the tires? Jesus. Turns in super. Oh! Bad driver. Bad driver alert. I gotta fix the, Let me go back to the pit quit. I do want to make some quick changes, though. Good. All I want to do. See where we're at for tire pressure. Yeah, 24. You try it with ABS to really push the tires. Load stock setup first. Let's see what I'm mile an hour on the back stretch here. Wow, we just heated the tires up quick. Tires are running real hot right now. That's the one thing I can say. A car's flying, but the tires are hot. Like, yeah, they're real hot. So what did you modify in this file, by the way? Or is that super secret? Yeah, my front tires are losing tons of grip right now. Yeah, I got no front grip. Not near as aggressive with the controller. Yeah. So let me try that again with the bugged tires and see if that does anything. Let's just get right back in the car. Now the tire pressure is higher. I'm just curious. That was a late break right there. That was on me. So was that. My tire's getting hot, man. So what's been changed because I mean I can still feel the shifts. The shifts, I mean, they fundamentally need to be seamless, but it's not. Bottom line is, whatever you've changed has stopped the snap oversteer. But did you do it through tire grip? I have to wonder because the front tires. I'm racing in winter hot conditions right now, and my front tires are inside of one lap on mediums going to shit. They're getting way too hot, as you can see. The front left mainly. But there is no snap oversteer. That part's gone. Yeah, I just got no front tires. So let me show you what I mean by no front tires. Let's get into the regular car. Vehicle setup. This is my default setup, so just cycle the tires. Now, mind you, this is a completely different setup car. This car is extremely... We just did 185 miles an hour on the backstretch. This car is going to struggle to do 175. It's way off the straight line pace. It's just the way I've been able to fix the car for the problem it has with the in-game parameters. Now, again, ABS is still on. But, like, look at my tire temperatures. They're far more manageable right now. There you go, there's your snap oversteer. But look at the mile an hour in the back part right now. I'm going to get nowhere near the 185 I did before. That's where this car struggles with this setup. Look at that, 170. And before I ran out, I actually overshot it, trying to get to one, and I still spun out. I mean, mind you, I'm driving poorly there. I should have let out much sooner. But the point was, I was trying to get to a certain mile an hour. And we hit 185 last time. Yeah, this setup braking at 150. Look at that. Look at that. Want to come out right there. Believe it or not, Monza is one of the best tracks for this problem, which is why I do it on Monza. Car's just got no balls in a straight line. .145.4. I mean, that was a sloppy run, but that's slow. That's so slow. Let me see if I can complete a lap more cautiously with your setup. I'll just drive the out lap slower. That way I don't heat the tires up. Things we do to get out of the out lap. There we go. Let's push a lap now. This time it's heating the brakes up, not the tires. Interesting. Yeah, we just did 137.7. Yeah, this time it's heating the brakes up, which is what you said it was going to do. Previously, it was heating the tires up. I didn't change anything. Did I load the wrong car? Thought I loaded the blue one, which was test 2. But either way, though, I just went 137.7. It's the fastest lap I've ever made in this car in PMR. And I drove it kind of cautiously to try and avoid heating the tires up. We just went 8 seconds faster than the setup car I have. So let that be a lesson to you, people, when you allow mods into cars, right? Modding is cool. I'm all about it. But you open the doorway to people who want to cheat. We just chopped 8 seconds off the time of this car. By we, I mean Eagles did it. I didn't do shit. I just drove the car. But I did 2 laps back to back. My setup car, which is objectively slow in the straights to get it to have good cornering grip and prevent snap oversteer. But his setup also prevents snap oversteer and is ballistically fast in a straight line. And we just went 8 seconds faster. Morning, AJ. So, yeah. All right, let's see. What's going on, Josh? Getting on the next race? Rennsport? All right, I'll try that after the next race. Get it downloaded, though. I think you buy everything in the game, if not the Steam store. much time do I have? All right, race starts in 15 minutes. Guess I can try it quick. Use the bathroom. All right. That's right, you are on PS5. Oh. Fine, it's the outlap. This doesn't matter. So I went 137.7 before. Let's see if I can go faster now. That last turn might have screwed me right there. Yep, 137.4. It's our fastest. Let's try one more. That's what happens That was earned. That was earned. I completely missed the braking zone. Oh, hello. All right. It's our new record. Let's see how fast you can keep modding this car, Eagle. 137.4 with some pretty subpar driving. So, fun fact, if you guys missed it, well, I haven't said, but the fastest I've gone in my modded car, my setup car, is 142.9. So, we're like 5.5 seconds faster in that modded car, and it's easier to drive. It takes a lot more time to get that 142 out of the setup car. I did 145 in one lap prior. That wasn't a test server. I was testing out a Eagles modded Cadillac LMDH. Why did I load Race Room? I'm wondering why it was taking so long to load. All right, where's my race? Not Monza. Don't want Monza. Want the Nordschleife. There we go. Register. The guy who just made that is Eagles Modding in the chat, and he's the one who just did that. They have to get approved. They have to get approved as far as like being downloaded and stuff. He just sent me the file, and I just put it in myself. But that you need the PC for. So he would essentially have to get that mod approved by Straight 4 and possibly Giants as well. I'm not sure exactly if Giants is involved with that, but the fact that it's going to console, most likely everybody has to sign off on it. PC's easier. You don't need approval to do mods. Not like that anyway. To be able to download it from the website and stuff, yes. But... Or download it, sorry, in-game, I mean. Six minutes, yay. Yes, DK, thanks for the follow on Instagram. My Instagram is tiny. Very tiny. Very, 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 very tiny. I don't put a lot of effort in, though, to getting it off the ground. I just post, which reminds me I have to upload a video in there today. But, no, my Instagram, my bigger Instagram is my business page. EJR Racing page is small. The mods in the PMR is very difficult from how it's done in other games, so it's all about if the modder wants to spend the time to learn the system. I mean, the reality of mods, you need a PC. Like, you can do it slowly through that console space, but it's PC territory, modding. You don't need approval from anybody to make a file and send someone a file and have them use it. Use it in game might be a different story in competition, but the way I just did it in my own single-player race, I can make it so I'm driving around a lawn chair. Well, not me personally, someone else. I don't do that. Oh, Roboito's in here. You gonna get an LMDH, Roboito, and give me a race, or am I gonna be the only hypercar going around the track? There you go. Attaboy. Modding is so much easier now from like the end user experience. You can just download programs now that install mods for you and stuff. Whereas back when like modding was first starting, and I was a lot younger. I mean, what I just did there essentially is what you have to. That's the only way to mod. You don't download mods and have them install. You gotta swap files. Nah, I'm good. I'm all about hypercars right now. I am so bored with GT3s, it's not even funny. If I had to pick one of these classes of cars to, like, learn and get good at, it's hypercars all day. I have no interest in GT3s because they're such relatable cars, which is the biggest reason everybody likes them, is because they're relatable cars. I don't want to get in a car that makes me feel like, yeah, maybe I could have this car one day. No, I want to get in a car that I know I'm never going to drive in real life. Ever going to happen. Never going to drive a hypercar. Never going to drive a Group C car. I'd love to, but it's never going to happen. GT3 car. I mean, yes, I had obviously my Boss 302 was a street car that I turned into more of a race car, but it was still a street car, and it was not nearly on the budget of a GT3 car. So yes, I'll never probably drive a true, real GT3 car, but I could build something very, very similar to a GT3 car in-house. I cannot build my own hypercar. That can't happen. Far too much money, far too much technology, far too much lack of understanding. GT3 cars are just street cars turned into race cars, but at a professional level. It's like World Superbike in motorcycles. All World Superbike, like, it requires them, they have to make 500 production variants of that motorcycle because they have to run a stock engine, essentially. And there's obviously a whole bunch of rules, but you can basically take the production motorcycle and just swap everything out, and now it's a World Superbike. That's what World Superbike is. MotoGP is comparable to, like, say, a hypercar. It is completely aftermarket. There is nothing resembling a production car there whatsoever. For me, MotoGP is the coolest motorcycle shit on the planet. But, like, Isle of Man, that's not MotoGP. MotoGP is insane, insane, insane horsepower. Literally almost 1 horsepower per pound. That's an LMDH car with 2,300 horsepower. Instead of the 650 or 7. Like that back straight that I just did 185 on. If this car had a 1-to-1 power to weight ratio, it made 2,300 horsepower, I'd be doing 250, 260 in that back stretch. In that short of a distance. Can't park there. Oh, understeer. All right, who do y'all got? Me or Roboito? He's definitely the faster driver in a GT3, I'll say that. But can he get me on the Nordschleife in a hypercar? Sounds off? What do you mean by sounds off? Yeah, I'm 100% not doing a qualifying lap. I gotta do this lap 3 more times. We're good. And it's only one other person, and I'll happily start behind him. There we go. Let's spectate our boy Roboito here. Where'd he go? How do I don't want to see the player card. I want to spectate him. Accept friend request? Sure. Sure, buddy. I wanted to spectate him. Oh well. Can't believe there's no way to spectate. I need to download more music for the stream. Wrecked car? Oh no. Left server, wrecked car. That just leaves the German and Roboito still out there. Looks like it's going to be a 2v2 situation. Or 1v1 situation 2 times. See. Tree minute. This will probably be my last Rennsport race of the day, and then we'll finish it up with some chatty Cathy stuff. Talk about some things. Just because it's going to be, I don't want to go past 3. It's already 1:45. This race is going to take a good half hour. Well, 20 minutes at least. 20, yeah, good half hour. Good half hour. So, yeah. All right, let me use the bathroom one more time before the race starts, and then we'll be underway. I'm gonna save this song for the race. Turn the volume up a little bit. Get the jams rolling in the headset. Little music, little race action. Ah. All right, Roboito. So far, you're the only one who finished. I think the German Heiko, if I'm butchering that name, Heiko Zimbler. Zinbler. Sorry, Melaverde. I do not speak the language. I recognize online and PMR. That's about it. What am I going to do for lunch today? That's the real question. All right, we got 2 finishers. Roberto, not a bad time, not a bad time. All right, let's get the race underway. Start the... No, stop it, you son of a bitch. Thank you. Jesus! Oh, that's right, I stay wide. I'm never gonna learn. You can stay locked right there in these cars. It's fun. Alright, here's where I know the track. Steadily pulling away from me, Roberto. I guess this means this is your sim. It's too easy. I'm getting tons of understeer right now. Can't believe you can just drive. You just stay in the throttle the whole time. Haven't lifted yet. No, Roboito, no! I did the same shit! I looked at you! Get on the fucking track! Jesus! I looked back in my rearview mirror at Roboito and then I crashed. Oh, what an idiot. All right, one lap in, 2 more to go. I hate this part of the track. I gotta remember. The next chicane, wide open throttle. Do not lift. I have yet to do it. Right here. Oh, terrible driving. I cut it way too soon. I really need to practice just the GP track because I'm so bad at it. But I actively select the Nordschleife only and opt out of the 24-hour layout whenever I can have an opportunity. Yeah, just overtake. Just overtake. I suck at this track. I'll run you down in the Nordschleife. The good thing is that the track ends where I'm the strongest. It begins where I'm the weakest, so it gives me a chance to pass them in the late end of the lap. Little bump and go action. I'll slow up for you though. I'll roll off throttle here a little bit, let you catch up. Play nice. Why does it not show him moving on the map? You're stuck? What do you mean you're stuck? No! Can you get your car towed to the pit? So I cut 11 seconds right there off my yesterday's fastest lap. Just driving the car. Oh my god. Just driving the car ridiculously hard. Where I know other sims you just can't drive like that. Did you lose it in the same area you crashed last time? You just keep driving the cars harder and harder in this, and you just go faster. I'm already almost 3 seconds faster this lap than last one. And I went into the Nordschleife down from the GP track. That slowed me down big time. I screwed that up. I don't hate this car. This car is easy to drive. It's like a cheat code. It's a Gran Turismo 7 Vision car, for Christ's sake. Just means you don't do good in F1, sir. It's all reaction-based. son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Stop spinning. Stop moving. It's gonna take me 16 years to turn around. Oh, there goes this lap time. You gotta be kidding me. I'm literally never playing Rennsport again if this is how this is gonna end. I'm high-sided on the curb. Oh! Look at that, we're finally free. What the... What a joke. What a fucking joke that was. I'm gonna wait for you now, Roboito. At this point, who gives a shit? Stupid ass. That's ridiculous. Oh, you pushed too hard. That pisses me off. I just totaled my car, and I couldn't even stop it. These fucking games, man. Oh, shit. That was my last race, without a doubt. Maybe even ever. Maybe even ever. That was rough. That was rough. Oh, man. Gotta pull myself out of that. All right, so let's chat about a few things. You were stuck the same way, high-sided. All I did was back up onto the curb because there's no way to turn around in the game. And yeah. Holy shit. All right, so what do we want to play tonight? We've got PMR, we have Race Room, and we have AMS2. We technically have F125 too, but I don't know if there's really many people interested in that. I can technically host a lobby in iRacing too, but I'm kind of all set. I think there's just more fun to be had elsewhere. So these are our choices. Our typical three. AMS2. Let's do this. I should have done this from the beginning. There you go, boys. Get to voting. Votey McVote.
There's a little hole in my big head. I like to watch the white floor turn red. I like to look at myself from the outside. No signs of life, so step aside. There's a little beauty in the big eyes. I think it makes them pretty. They look so nice.
No, I'd be before 11. Wife's out of town, so I could probably get on at like 8:30 again. I'll happily get on earlier if people are going to be on. But Friday nights, at times like that, for example, when I go live at 8:30, now maybe it's because I've built up a bit of an audience at 11 o'clock, but when I go up at 8:30, it takes like an hour and a half for the stream to really start to get rolling. Whereas when I go up at 11, inside of 20 minutes, we got a group, you know? So far we got Dead Even, PMR, and AMS2. I'll say this. If we play AMS2, we have to play it first. I cannot switch to AMS2. I have to start with a nice mental reset going into AMS2 because the cars slide so much. PMR's cars slide, but it is nothing by comparison to AMS2. Well, we'll be going for a while, AJ. It's just, for me, it's more about when I start. I don't want to start early and be sitting around doing nothing. You know, Because it takes a good hour, hour and a half to really get the ball rolling on the 8:30 starts, you know? And I'm up till 3 a.m. So, but I can tell you that I don't want to stream from 8:30 to 3 a.m. I'll do an 11 to 3 a.m. stream, or I'll do like an 8:30 to 12:30 stream. You know? I like to keep it to about 4 hours. I can go longer. If we're in like a smooth groove, like this is fun, we're wide awake, we're jamming, I'll go longer than 4 hours. That's fine. But if it's towards the end, we're struggling to hang on, 4 hours is my cap. That's where I call it. So if I were a favor in PMR, 5 votes total. Come on, guys. We got 21 people watching. Even if you don't plan on playing, pick what you want to see. You know? Please, it helps the entire community. It's not just a me thing, it's everybody. So if you're watching right now and you prefer to see or play of the 3 things and vote right now, which game would you want to see? PMR, AMS2, or Race Room? Those are pretty much the only games I'm willing to host, put it that way. We can technically play Rennsport, but I can't host. We can just join the same race. Still only got 5 votes, but favor in PMR. Might actually jump in AMS2 quick, see how it feels. I wish AMS2, their handling characteristics were more stable. I really do, because the game is just so, like, it really is the only one you need to play when it comes to content. Yeah, there's not really a single player thing going on. They've had this grayed out for shit, as long as I can remember. Still 50-50, AMS2 or PMR. I'm just saying. Tied for 3-3. So nice to have my shift light work. force feedback is so much better. Back in a game that has force feedback. Like a lot. Like, see, the thing is that this handling is, like, fine to me. But if I spend a good amount of time somewhere else, I can't drive this car. Yep, knew I overshot that one by a mile. Oh, what the? No more votes. Come on, guys. We're tied. Can't leave the stream tied. Anyway, I don't want to exhaust myself. All right, we got 2 more votes came in. Both came in for PMR. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up. We'll start with PMR. It won by the hair on its chinny chin chin. So we'll start with PMR tonight, but worst case we can switch up if the mob demands it. But yeah, I'm down for whatever, boys. So that's what we'll do. Anyway, folks, appreciate y'all being here. I'll see y'all tonight. If you guys want, do me a favor. In Discord, send me some messages in the actual Discord chat for PMR. What time you would prefer me to start. You know, I just don't want to go live and wait. You know, I prefer to go live and just get right into it, you know? So, in the Discord, if you can, please communicate. I'd appreciate it. But until tonight, thank you guys for sticking around and watching me high side in Rennsport. That was new. I've never experienced that one before. And until tonight, y'all have a good rest of your day and enjoy. Peace.